Chris, tell me what you were able to obtain. We were talking about one of the reports that Dr. Deborah Nucatola, in fact, did with the CDC, providing quality family planning services, which was released in April of 2014. But what sort of connection have you been able to find thus far between HHS and Planned Parenthood?
That's exactly what we're pursuing with respect to our lawsuit. We filed a Freedom of Information Act request months ago looking at that particular doctor's involvement with HHS, the contracts and projects she was working on, the anticipated or the expected deliverables, what was required of her, what was she going to produce, and of course, most importantly, what was she being paid? What are our dollars, our tax dollars, being used to subsidize? And so HHS in this case was non-responsive. They simply ignored the request, as they so often do. And so we've gone to federal court to compel them to produce the records that we've been talking about.
Why would they not just, I mean, if they wanted to just shut you up and say, okay, well, there's nothing to your claims, I mean, obviously they could very easily do that and acknowledge your request and provide that documentation, but it's kind of telling that they don't.
Yeah, well, the reflexive sort of reaction from these people is to deny and hope you either go away or get frustrated. It's a little foolhardy in dealing with us that way because, as you and your viewers know, we're frequent flyers in the world of FOIA litigation. In fact, we're the leading FOIA litigator in the country. No one sues more than we do to force the government to get records and documents. And so when they do that, they're really begging us to go into court, and we have and we will. And in this case, what will happen is a federal judge will look at this and say, hey, Health and Human Services, why aren't you just producing records that are really pretty mundane, pretty routine things? These are contracts and programs and projects you have. Produce. And then the agency will be put on a schedule or on a calendar and be forced to do that.
How often has Health and Human Services, how often have they used Planned Parenthood, Nucatola, her work, that doctor with Planned Parenthood, how often have they used her work with any of their reports or practices or recommendations?
I don't have a hard number for you. I can't tell you. I think that the record production, the documents we get, will lay that out.
Yeah. Well, this is, I mean, I hope to get more on this. You guys do a great watch, and we appreciate all you do.